Be Brendan for the ball.
Welcome back to the action here on Stream 1, live on PDC TV, where it is Players' Championship 22 of 2022. And we're in round 2. And a meeting between two Northern Irishmen.
25.
Something old, something new. And we borrowed Dan Dawson from Stream 2. Welcome along, Dan.
Yeah, cheers, Murph. It's an interesting tie, this, isn't it? Brendan Dolan, in terms of Northern Irish darts, he is the veteran. He's the daddy of it. I know that he doesn't have the major titles that Darrell Gurney has, but he's such a long-standing representative of Northern Irish darts. And he's back winning titles, won just before the match play, of course.
82.
But he's up against Josh Rock, who looks like one of the most sensational talents we have ever seen from Northern Ireland. And even Gurney himself has said that recently.
Yeah, he's appeared from nowhere, seemingly, as well, Josh Rock. We have these indicators, haven't we, over previous years? For example, Rob Cross, of course, nobody would have predicted
60.
quite what he would go on to achieve. But there had been signs by virtue of his performances that won him the Challenge Tour Order of Merit, for example. But Rock really has just,
130.
pardon the pun, rocked up and started beating all the best players in the world week in, week out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure there's many people who've, you know, sung his praises
59.
much more than I in recent months. I think he's sensational. He hasn't done what Rob Cross did, for example, in his first year.
Game shot.
But that's an 11 dart start in this one. So, yeah, Rob Cross was winning titles immediately, and by the end of his first year, he was regularly in Euro Tour finals. He'd won a whole load of Players' Championship and UK Open qualifiers, and, of course, he went on to become world champion. Now, Josh Rock hasn't achieved that, but the standard of darts that he's been playing on such a consistent basis
120.
is astonishingly good, and it's the signs are there that he may go on to start winning titles.
Well, but for a bounce out there, he would have opened each of the first couple of legs with a maximum. There are a couple of players that seem to be having a race to see who can get through each round quicker.
108.
As he does get a second maximum in as many legs, Josh Rock. Luke Humphries and Ryan Searle, both the first two men through round 1 and the first two men through round 2. Humphries 6-0 against Connor Scott, Searle 6-1 against Nathan Rafferty, and both men averaging more than 103 in those wins as well.
Yeah, do you know what that reminds me of? Players' Championship 1 at the start of this year. They were practicing with each other that day. They both said, we're playing well here, we're different halves of the draw, we could be in the final here. They were in the final, it was a great one. Luke Humphries won his first title. They spent a good 5 minutes afterwards in their interview saying how great each other were and they're going to go on and do great things, and look what Luke Humphries has done since.
Treble 17, the target. Now 10. And tops.
Game
and then it goes, and Josh Rock breaks Brendan Dolan at the earliest possible opportunity and doubles his lead against the man who, of course, won the last of these Players' Championship titles, Dolan. Before heading to the World Match Play, there was no Rock in Blackpool. Josh didn't make
140.
it.
Go on, I know we're only in leg 3. Show us the averages. Go on, I dare you. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, I mean, he's good, but he's not been throwing those numbers on a regular basis. However, the one time he did play Brendan earlier on this year, averaged 109.
We saw Andrew Gilding once again record a 3-figure average here on Stream 1 a couple of games ago. It was too good for Super Mario. Van der Mahada going down 6-4 in that one. Dave Chisnell and Ryan Joyce shared 10-180s in as many legs.
60.
As Chizzy got over the line 6-4. I've seen some good stuff so far, but if Rock keeps this up, then it will be the best you'll see, not just today, but all year.
But if he keeps this up, it's the best we've ever seen ever. Started with an 11 darter, followed it with a 12 darter. He could do a 12 darter here.
140.
I don't think he'd go for it. He might do. He's got the option.
100.
Coward.
I'm hoping for substance over style there, Josh Rock. Not thinking about the average, is he?
100.
The best we've ever seen, recorded, is 127. Away from the stream, of course. That was by Jose de Sousa last year.
30.
Anyway, forget that conversation, because when you're playing that well, a few missed starts make your average tumble.
Well, more importantly for Josh Rock, he is going to come back and have another crack. He should have gone for the bullseye, didn't he? Laid up and made a mess of it. May as well have had one at the bull. But double five will do, I suppose. It's a 16 darter, 3-0, and Brendan Dolan is on the ropes.
$85.
Yeah, maybe that's starting to show a little bit. Dolan, who got the better of Ron Muhlenkamp in his first match.
140.
Convincingly as well. He averaged just shy of 97 in a 6-2 success. And just before Rock beat Danny Baggish 6-3.
60.
With a very, very similar standard of performance, actually. Well, the same can't be said about their levels in this game so far.
100.
What's the highest average that you've heard anecdotally in PDC darts? There was a Kyle Anderson 130.
140.
Back in the day in first to four, I'm not sure what kind of tournaments it was. It might have been a qualifier for something or other. Colin Osborne, and I've had this verified by other sources, apparently went 11-11, 9-11 in a first to four and managed to win his game before they'd finished announcing the players on the other boards. That was an average of 143.
140.
It'd be interesting to see some of the stats they post in practice, wouldn't it?
68.
They play, don't they, against sort of computerised opponents and stuff, and must be some incredible stuff. But Brendan Dolan is in danger of needing an incredible comeback here. Or he needs a good one, and that could be the start of it.
Well, he's got a leg on the board. He's had to survive a dart at double 13 from Josh Rock for a 4-0 deficit, but it is not stopping this young man.
180.
He is sensational. Absolutely obscene darts this lad is capable of throwing, and he was throwing enormous stuff in the Euro Tour qualifiers yesterday. Some massive averages from Josh Rock. Didn't qualify for both of them, only qualified for one.
Which one?
Jena? Don't know, can't remember. One of the two.
I thought it was going to be Gibraltar. It would have written itself, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, that would have worked.
$97.
Yes, no, he qualified for Gibraltar. There we go. So I've missed that opportunity, Murph.
Yeah, Josh in Gibraltar.
120.
And a couple of bulls there. He's just having it all his own way. It's one-way traffic.
Well, how can it not be? What do you do?
140.
He's averaging about 120 here.
Just not missing a thing. Apart from that. But it didn't matter. He used the barrel as a guide, and it's full speed ahead for Josh Rock, who leads Brendan Dolan, the history maker, by 4 legs to 1, and Dolan is looking like history in this tournament.
Well, if my notes are correct, Josh Rock has won in 11 darts, 12 darts, 12 darts. He's missed the bull for a 12 darter, and the other one he had was a 16 darter, which he'd already missed 3 darts at double.
And now he's almost thrown at 180, dropping every dart on the floor.
We're in that 120 range for the average here, and he doesn't look like stopping.
137.
I'm not sure what Brendan Dolan has done, but when he played him and was beaten 6-2 in their first meeting this year, and he averaged 109, he probably thought that's about as bad as it's going to get. Oh no, Brendan, this lad's got more for you.
Well, look, his own PB, Josh Rock, is 112.56. He's going to blow it out of the water.
This could be the best individual performance you see this year, statistically. Look at him.
140.
It's just silly. Barry Hearn, earlier on this year, when he was interviewed on the Dart Show, said, I'm looking at a load of young players.
83.
And one in particular, Josh Rock. He's throwing numbers. numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at them. It's another 11 darter. It's silly.
Were you just doing Russ Bray doing Barry Hearn?
Yeah. They share a voice.
Well, best performance of the year so far. 118.33 posted by Andrew Gilding here in Barnsley at Players' Championship 18. There was one slightly better on the development tour, but that's just 4 legs for Gert Nenches actually.
60.
He had more than 120, but in terms of the Pro Tour, Josh Rock on course to knock Gilding off his perch.
180.
Well, that is a 6th 180 in 7 legs of darts. 122.74. The world record is 123.5, I believe. Peter Wright.
Yeah, that's the record for a match broadcast live. Now,
well, I don't think he can break it now, unless, of course, he were to lose this leg and come back.
Question, the Dart Connect, do they show can they see the averages there? Because it might inform his decision. Well, he's gone at the beginning,
14 scored.
but he scored 14.
Yeah, sorry, 107.
Trouble 19 ball.
Could be.
Go for it. Why wouldn't you? It's another 12 darter. Absolutely incredible. Josh Rock has just averaged around 122. Brendan Dolan pats him on the back. It is a breathtaking display. 121.88. Josh Rock is doing numbers. This lad has all the talent in the world. He missed 5 darts at double. Were it not for that, he might have broken the world record for a live streamed or live broadcast game of darts. 6 180s in 7 legs. I don't even know how Brendan Dolan got 1 on the scoreboard. Josh Rock, what a talent.